Welcome in, you guys. Happy Wednesday. We're going to jump on. I decided to jump on and do some geometry. I know last week I had a couple of people ask me to do some geometry. So, welcome in. If you know any, sophomores or anybody that's retaking geometry, share this live with them. Let's double tap that screen, get this, and let's get it going. So number 1 says, name the vertex of angle 1. So if we look at our beautiful picture that I drew, angle 1, and if we're naming the vertex is like where the point is. So if we're naming that, we would say we could say angle DAC. Okay, so let me use a different color. So angle DAC. So you want to use 3 letters. We can't just say angle A because angle A is split between two different angles. So see how there's an angle right here and an angle here? That's why we can't just say A. Or we could say CAD. Okay, that's another way. Or angle CAD. Okay. Do you also do liberal arts? No, I would lead you astray, hun. I'm going to let you know that, okay? I'm only STEM. Math, I can do a little bit of physics, chemistry, dimension analysis, but liberal arts, whew, I have you astray. So let's go to number 2. Name the sides of angle 4. All right, so can I see you guys put the answer? How would you name the sides of angle 4? Mariah, do I know where you can learn some liberal arts? Yes, there's this creator. She's a professor. Her name is slipping. Let me look it up. DM me, and then I'll send you some of my English people. That's really good. Thank you for the follows, you guys, and the double taps, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so do we not know oh, you're so welcome. Do we not know the name for the sides of angle 4? Oh, yes. I understand, Mariah. So angle 4, if we look here, this is angle 4. Okay, so Makia said DCA and ACD. Hey, Fatwa. Hopefully I'm saying your name. So I could be wrong, but is it angle AC? So sides, you guys, only consist of 2 letters, okay? And so when we think of the sides, we're looking at this side here, okay? And we're also looking at this side here, CD. So the sides that make up angle 4 is going to be CA, and we could put a little line segment, and CD. So we need 3 letters when you're naming an angle, 2 letters when you're naming a side. Okay. All right. So let's go to number 3. What is another name for angle 3? So if we're looking at angle 3 here, if we want to name it another name for angle 3, how could we name this angle? Does anybody know? Does anybody know how we could name angle 3? Acute? Hey, Love Jay. Hey. Is that one of my old students? ADC. Perfect. Yes. Remember, you need 3 letters. So we're talking about angle ADC. Now, the 3 letters are important, okay? And what letter has to go in the middle is where the angle is at. So if I said ACD, I would be talking about angle 4. versus when I say ADC, where the letter that's in the middle talks about where the angle is. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Okay. All right, let's jump to number 4. What is another name for angle CAD? CAD. So you guys literally follow CAD. Remember, the angle that they're really talking about is in the middle. So another name for this would be angle 1. Or DAC. Ooh, I love it. Bridget, Aaron, I see you. Perfect. You guys see, there's multiple answers and they are correct. Or we could say DAC. Perfect. Angle DAC. Now, if you're in my class, if you don't put that angle, I don't know what you're talking about. So geometry is very picky, okay? Like I should have put a line above here because I'm talking about sides, right? And if I'm talking about angle, I have to do the angle sign, all right? So just make sure you pay attention to the little details, okay? All right, let's jump to number 5. Find the value of each variable. All right, so what we have to understand about this is that we have vertical angles, okay? So this angle here and this angle here are vertical. And what you have to know about vertical angles is that they're congruent. Oh, thank you so much for the TikToks. Thank you, Calvin. They're congruent. And what does congruent mean? If you're in geometry, you're going to hear that word throughout the whole semester. Congruent, congruent, congruent. That just means equal. So what I can do here is I can set this equal to this. So we could set up 3x minus 10 equals 2x plus 25. Now, this is why they make you take algebra before you get into geometry, because you have a lot of these multi-step equations, and so you have to know how to solve this. So my goal is to finish out this month going live every day. I don't know what time, because it just all depends on like my tutoring that I have, but I'm going to try to jump on. I needed this so much. I'm not doing good in geometry. Well, welcome, Chris. I'm glad you're here. So how do we solve this, you guys? What do we do first? Saw said y is 145. Okay. So what do I have to move first? Thank you, user, for the roses. Bridget, my tutoring is, I do virtual tutoring online, and I meet in Google Meets, and we work off Jamboards. So 3x minus 2x, wonderful, Aaron. So we're going to move our x's to this side by doing the opposite. So we're going to minus 2x to both sides. This cancels, and we get 3x minus 2x is x. We're going to drop down our minus 10 equals, and we're going to put 25. All right. So how do we get negative 10 to the other side? Good. Bridget said, then add 10 to both sides. Wonderful. So we're going to do opposite of subtraction, and we get x equals 35. All right. So find the value of each variable. So we found x. This is what trips people out, because they like, oh, I got an answer, let me move on. But they're forgetting what it's asking for. It's asking for each variable. We have 2 different variables. So if we want to find y, we have to understand something about this. How much is this? Does anybody know? Good. Somebody said plug in the 35 for the x. Perfect. So how much is a straight angle? Does anybody know? 180? Good. 180. Yes. Perfect. So we can set this up as y plus 3x minus 10 equals to 180. Okay. And then I'm going to substitute, like somebody said, substitute this 35 in for here. So we're going to get y plus 3 times 35 minus 10 equals 180. Okay, and then we should be able to use a calculator. We're in geometry class. So 3 times 35 is going to give us 105. Okay, let me do it step by step. So y plus 105 minus 10 equals 180. You guys, these are like terms. This is where that algebra comes in. So we're going to combine these. Okay, so we're going to do 105 minus 10, and that's going to be 95. So we get y plus 95 equals 180. Can you guys see it okay? Good. All right, and then last step, how do we get this plus 95 over? We subtract it. We do the opposite of addition. So y equals, and we're going to do 180 minus 95. And we're going to get 85. So, x is 35, y is 85. Okay, and we found both of our variables. All right. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay, so for this next one, we're going to use this diagram for both of these problems, okay? And whenever you see these little lines, you guys, that means congruent, okay? That's telling you that these are congruent. Remember, congruent means equal. All right, so I'm going to let you guys tell me, how would we set up 6? Oh, at least you say you were never good at algebra. But the good thing is you could still kind of make it out of geometry, not being the best at geometry at algebra, if you know all your vocab. How to turn off comments? I think you have to hold it down, and then you'll have options. So like hold down the screen, I think. Yeah. And here, clear display. Yep. Okay, set the equal to each other. Set the sum to 90. Good, okay. So it's telling us that ABE, so this angle right here is 2n plus 7, okay? EBF is also 4n minus 13. As soon as I see these two, I know that these are congruent. So I can set them equal. So I could do 4n minus 13 equals 2n plus 7. And here comes our algebra. You're going to see these all day in geometry, you guys. Oh, thank you, heart. Oh, thank you, Chris. So what do we move, you guys? What's the first thing we have to move to the other side? Thank you, Braxton. Bridget said minus 2n. Perfect. This is a positive, so we have to do the opposite. So we're going to minus 2n to both sides. This cancels. And then 4n minus 2n is going to give us 2n minus 13 equals 7. Good. And then Braxton said add 13. Perfect. So we're going to add 13 to both sides. And we get 2n equals 20. Okay, what's our very last step? How do we get n by itself? Divide. Wonderful. Yes. So we're going to divide both sides by what's with the n. 2 and 2. And then n equals 10. Be careful here. Remember, this is not what it's asking us. It's not asking us for the variable. It says find the measure of angle ABE. So what do I have to do with this answer I found? Substitute. Good. Oh, somebody said you can lower it, right? Yeah, just do 20 divided by 2 and you'll get a whole number 10. And just people are saying plug it in. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to plug this in for this angle right here. Okay. So to get our answer, we have to do 2 times 10 plus 7. And 2 times 10 is 20 plus 7, we get 27. And I should put a degree, right? Because it's an angle. So our answer is 27 degrees. Okay. All right, let's check out the next one. If angle ABF, okay, so ABF, okay, so it's talking about this whole entire thing right here, is 7B minus 24, and ABE is 2B, find EBF. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little crazy, right? It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we talking about, right? So I'm gonna, let's redraw this real quick. Because I know some people are like very visual. Like me, I learn visually. So it's like if it's too crowded, it's like, ugh, I ain't getting it. Okay. So we have B here and then we have C. Okay. So really we're only focusing on ABF. So from ABF, they told us this whole entire thing here is 7B minus 24. Okay. Then we have a ray going out here. They told us ABE, ABE. Remember the letter that's important is the one in the middle. Okay. So ABE is 2B. And they want us to find EBF. They also gave us that this angle and this angle are congruent. So if this is 2B, this also has to be 2B. So now I can set this up. Hopefully you're following me. 2B plus 2B equals to the total angle, 7B minus 24. Any questions? Good. So somebody said 4B. Wonderful. So we get 4B equals 7B minus 24. This is all confusing to me. Yes. It's probably confusing because of this like, do you understand the measure of angle ABF? Like, are you understanding what this is talking about, or is it like gibberish? Oh, MK said I'm doing this in geometry and I just don't get it. Yeah, it's about how to read the angle, you guys. So ABF. So this whole thing. I know it's tough. It is not easy. So we're going to minus 7B to both sides. Minus 7B. This cancels. So 4B minus 7B gets us negative 3B equal to negative 24. And then how do we get B by itself? We're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And B equals 8. But be careful. Is this our answer? No, we don't. This is not our answer. It says find measure angle EBF. So you always, in geometry, that's the thing. In algebra, you just find the letter and you're good to go. But you have to remember in geometry, what are they asking you for? So we're going to plug in like somebody said in the chat. Wonderful. So I'm plugging in here. So I'm going to do 2 times B, which is 8. And 2 times 8 is 16. And this is my answer. Okay, that is my answer. All right. So I tried to do because I know some people have already started. We don't start school here until September after Labor Day. Or what day is it in September? After September 4th is the Labor Day, y'all. Help me out. It's one of them days. Holidays. We don't start out here till later. But some people, yeah, September 5th. Yeah, is when we go back. So, oh, okay. So I am going to keep on doing geometry. And if you guys could write this down, follow me on Impact Math 19. I always post all my lives and I do extra like short mini lessons on YouTube also, okay? So support me over there as well. Thank you for the following. All right, let's look at this. Number 8. Find the measures of two supplementary. That word right there, you guys, is huge. Okay, supplementary angles. If the difference between the measures of the two angles is 35. All right. Does anybody know how to set this up? Thank you. Does anybody know how to set this up? So supplementary adds up to 180. Yes. Perfect. So we know that's going to be our total. Oh, thank you for the support, for subscribing. Go back to the pen. Oh, I got another pen person like me. This is like my favorite. And you have to get this number here. Okay? This is the number for the G2 Pilot. They're the best. Yep. So all you have to do, somebody said they're not good at remembering complementary, supplementary. Supplementary is always a straight angle, 180. So we don't know the first angle. So when you don't know something, you just put an X. Okay. That's our first angle. Our second angle, right? It has to have a difference of the two angles is 35. So what we're going to do is we're going to do X, difference means minus 35. Okay. And we're going to set that equal to our total, which is 180. So this is my first angle, which I don't know. This is my total second angle because it says the difference between the measures of the two angles is 35. So why didn't you divide by 2 on the previous problem? Okay, Percy, let me finish this one and then we'll go back, okay? Okay, so now X plus X, we're going to get 2X minus 35 equals 180. Then I want to do the opposite of this, so I'm going to add 35 to both sides. And we're going to get 2X equals 5. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1, 2. 215, I believe. And then how do we get X by itself? We divide by 2. So we're going to get X equals half of 200 is 100. Half of 15 is 750 degrees. So our first angle is 107.5 degrees. Okay. So this is just my first angle. Does anybody know what I can do to get my second angle? Yeah, this is usually sophomore year. Well, it just depends, actually. Freshmen can do it if they already took algebra in 8th grade. So, yeah, it all depends on your track. 180 minus X. I love it. 180 minus 107.5. Wonderful. Yes. To find our second angle, we can just do 180 minus 107.5. Okay. So let me turn on this. So 180 minus 107.5. And we're going to get 72.5. So first angle, second angle, okay? And that's the two angles that add up to supplementary. All right. Okay, let's go to number 9. Angle E and angle F are complementary. So complementary is a huge, huge word. Does anybody know how much complementary is? Oh, before we go to this one, I told the person we would go back because they had a question. 90, yes, beautiful. So they had a question on this one that we just did. Somebody said, why didn't we divide by 2? See, we didn't divide by 2 because whenever you have a number attached to a letter, they're multiplied together. So if we're substituting in this 8, we have to multiply the 2 and the 8. That's why we're not dividing. Okay. Hope that makes sense. All right. Okay. Yeah, good. So here, complementary means 90. Okay. So this means 90. So we know that's going to be our total here is 90. Then it gives us a little bit more information. The measure of angle E is 54 more than the measure of angle F. Okay. I don't know how much angle F is. So when I don't know something, you put an X. Okay. Now, angle E is 54 more than angle F. So how do we show 54 more than angle F? Does anybody know? Good, Jose. That's perfect. Lineman guy said the answer is 87. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, we'll see. Good. So Rachel said X plus 54. Good, because X plus more than 54. Okay. So now we're going to combine like terms. X plus X gives us 2X plus 54 equals 90. And then we're going to do opposite, minus 54, minus 54. And we get 2X equals 90 minus 54 is going to give us 36. Okay. And then we're going to divide by 2. And X equals 18. Okay, that's our first angle. So if we want to find our second angle, we can do 90 minus 18. Or you could plug this 18 for here. It's all on how your brain looks at it. So I'm going to do 90 minus 18, you guys, and get my answer that way. And so it becomes 72. So both of these is 18 and 72. Okay. Can everybody take a second and double tap their screen for me, please? That would really support me. And thank you, you guys. I see them coming in. Thank you for the support. Hey, Jesse. I hope you've been having a good summer. Thank you, you guys, for double tapping. And if you know anybody that needs help in geometry, please share this live with them. Thank you, Deller. I hope I'm saying your name right. For the rose. Lainey, thank you. All right. So now we're going to get into some find the distance, okay? So we're going to find the distance. So does anybody know the distance formula? Oh, good. I said it right. Sweet Diesel, how do I do tutoring? We would jump on a Google Meet, and then we work off a Jamboard where you could see me writing and I could see you writing, and I usually have an hour session. So email me. Thank you for the Tic Tac hat. email is impactmath19@gmail.com if you're looking for tutoring. Okay. No, it's not free, unfortunately. This is what I do for free to give back. Tutoring is I charge $35 an hour right now. Repeat the email. It's impactmath19@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So distance formula. Okay. Distance formula. It's going to be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. That's our distance formula. Okay. x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1. Perfect. Good. And don't forget those squares. Thank you, Concrete, for the lollipop. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so in order for us to use this formula, you have to know the points. Okay. Yeah, I do pre-calc too. Thank you, Concrete, for the roses. So can anybody identify what point A is? What's point A? Can you guys identify it in the chat? Thank you for the share. Thank you for the double taps, you guys. 0. Good. So Chrissy said -1, -1. Percy said -1, -1. Yes. Remember, a point always consists of an X and a Y. So here, this is 0, 0. So if we go over here, this will be -1. And this would be -1. So it's -1, -1. All right. Can people identify the B for us? So Jose said the answer is 5. Okay, let's see, Jose. I love it. You already did it? Six, 7. Okay, Anthony said 6, 7, 5, 7 we have. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is going to be 5 on the X, because this is the X axis, then the Y. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 7. Yep, 5, 7. Wonderful, wonderful. Good, you guys. So now it all depends on how you look at your points, but label them, okay? So I'm going to make this x2, y2, and this is going to be x1, y1, okay? For me, I'm going from A to B. It does not matter. It literally doesn't. You just have to decide. If you want this to be your x1, y1, you can do that. This has to be your x2, y2, okay? So now we're going to plug in. Okay, so we're going to do x2, I said was 5. So I'm going to do 5 minus my x1, which is a -1. Be so careful here. This minus is from the formula. This -1 is from the point. So you have to be careful there, because if you forget this, it's going to throw your whole answer off, okay? y2 is 7 minus, from the formula, y1 is -1. Double negatives always equal a positive. Okay. Okay, so 5 plus 1 gives us 6 squared, plus 7 plus 1 is 8 squared. Okay. So now we have, remember, squared means 6 times 6 plus 8 times 8, okay? So I'm going to move it over here. 36 plus 64. And 36 plus 64 is 100. But don't forget the square root, right? So the square root of 100 is 10. And that is our answer. Good, you guys. Yes. I see those 10s coming in. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go to number 11. So this is, sometimes they'll do the distance formula with the graph. Oh, Jesse, you have a question? Go ahead, ask it. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the double taps, you guys. We're at 17.6 likes. Thank you, thank you. Wait, never mind. Okay. No, Haley. I got kids, okay? I'm still changing diapers. I got another, I'm pregnant right now. I can't pick up no more poo-poo, okay? Somebody said, how do you check the work when you're done? That's a good question. That's a great question. For this, I don't know how you would, you could do it a different way. We could have done it where we did the Pythagorean theorem to check it to see if it comes out the same. But I don't know how you would check it other way. You could just do it a different way to check it and see if you come out with the same answer. Concrete City laughing. I'm about to have a newborn changing diapers. I got a 2-year-old who we on the potty train, Whew. I got 6, 4, 2, and a newborn September 26th. So I can't take on no more. Oh, thank you, Amber. How do you do slopes? I'll go over slopes in my geometry, you guys. In my algebra. I'll do a live on graphing and stuff. Okay. But let's stick with the geometry because I really do post these on my YouTube and I post them under categories. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Zoe. All right. So we're going to label these X1, Y1, X2, and Y2. Okay. And we're going to use this same distance formula. All right. So we're going to I'll do the X's, you guys. And then can you put in the Y's for me? So I'm doing X2, 5, minus X1 is 2. Can you guys put in the chat the Y? What will go in here? Don't use the square root for the Pythagorean theorem. 10 minus 6. Wonderful, Haley. Yes. User, Anthony. Yes. So you guys said 10 minus 6. Perfect. So 5 minus 2 is 3 squared. Plus 10 minus 6 is 4 squared. So 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16. And then 9 plus 16 is 25. So can anybody say our answer? Ooh, Anthony already put it in there. Wonderful. 5. Good. So we have 5. Great. All right. And I believe that is it. Yep. That is all the geometry I have planned for tonight. So thank you for hanging with me. What I have planned for tomorrow, I think I'm going to do some dimension analysis, you guys, which is like conversions. So for my Hesse and T's people, I know you guys were asking for that last week. So I will be jumping on. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys back tomorrow. And you have a wonderful, amazing night. So Ope said, how did you get 5? So we took the square root. So let me explain square root. When you're taking the square root of a number, you're looking for what times itself. So 5 times 5 gets you 25. And when you're taking out square roots, you're looking for pairs to come out as 1. Thank you, Concrete, for the roses. Personally, what time do I get on? I'm all over the place. It's summer. I got my kids, So it's like I really don't like to give a time, because when I say the time, I never can get on. It's like always some emergency, something happened. Yes. Okay, Sarah, so you need TSI questions? Okay. I don't have any planned right now, but I most definitely can get another write out some more questions. Alrighty. Bye everyone.